Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. And thank you for subscribing to the latest edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. I am your boy, 12 Kyle. Check this out. This is a bonus episode. Um, what I want to talk about is telling lies. This one is for the fellas. A word to the wise fellas. A wise man once said, "You ain't got a lot of kick." I think it was Tupac. I can't remember. But you ain't got a lot of kick. And the reason why I say that is because I came upon this article and I'm always it's fun. I can't tell y'all how many times I come across stuff that like I'm not even looking for stuff and I just find stuff and it instantly becomes a podcast, right? I feel blessed and fortunate that I could do that. Um so I came across this article that talked about men telling lies to get women in bed. And I'm like, wow, we still out here on that? And I shouldn't say we because I'm married, so I'm not out there. But before I was married, even when I was single, like you don't. I mean, you lie to get a woman, and I mean, like you don't think she's gonna. But anyway, nonetheless, I came across this article, and it talked about how they did some research. This website did some research, and they did a poll, and they found some of the most horrific lies that men told to get in bed with a woman. And so as I'm reading it, I start reading the list and I'm chuckling because this is funny to me. I'm like, wow, y'all out here like this. And then it got me to thinking again, like this would be a dope podcast. But even beyond that, I wanted to kind of address it because some of these things are just downright funny. So, like I said, man, let's just get to the list. And these are in no particular order. Things that men have lied about to get women in bed. Number one, lied about their virginity. One guy says, I wasn't a virgin. She knew. Trust me, she knew. Well, here's the thing. If you were not a virgin, why would you tell that you're a virgin? And I mean, like, I don't understand how that's going to bag somebody. I just don't. Again, maybe it's because I'm old and I'm washed and I don't know no better. But yeah, to lie about your virginity, wow, that's a new one on me. I mean, maybe if we were 15, maybe, but a grown ass man, and they did this for the record. This survey does not reveal the age, um, the ethnicity of these men. So I don't know. I'm just reading to you what I have here in my notes. Number two, they've lied about their feelings. Quote, I liked her. No, you didn't. You like what you saw. There's I can understand a little bit because you ain't got a lot to kick it, but you might have to forge some things a little bit to kind of push this thing a little further along. But again, you ain't got a lot to kick it. Or you ain't got a lot to get it. Maybe that should be the title of this episode. You ain't got a lot to get it. Number three, they've lied about their relationship status. And one guy says, quote, I told a woman I was single. I was very much married at the time. Now I'm divorced. You damn right you're divorced. I honestly can't say that I know any guys that have done this. Not now. I mean, maybe when we were in our 20s, maybe you lied and said you didn't have a girl when you had a girl. Okay. I'll shoot you some bail on that. I mean, what guy hasn't done that? But even then, here's the thing, man, it's coming back, fellas. It's coming back. So why do it? I mean, I know why, but come on. Come on, son. Number 4, lied about their height. One guy said, I told a woman I'm 6 feet tall. Now, here's the thing. And I don't know how I can say this delicately, but I mean, if you told her you were 6 feet tall, and let's just say she never had met you, at some point, she's going to see that you're not 6 feet tall. I mean, unless you got on like some stilts or something. I mean, like that's a lie that you can't keep. You know, that's a lie that won't, that's a lie that doesn't have legs, basically. So I don't know. I mean, to tell a woman that you're 6 feet tall, cool. But at some point she's gonna see you, right? Then what? Number 5, lied about their age. Again, fellas, you ain't got a lot of kick. One guy said, in my teens, I met this older girl, maybe around in her mid-20s. I was her age as well. No, I told her I was her age as well. Also, I told her that I had a job and had rented a house with my friends, but had recently wrecked my car. So when it got to the point where we were going to have sex, she had to pick me up. Okay. I told her to pick me up from quote unquote my house, actually my friend's mother's house. Now that I think back on it, she probably knew I wasn't as old as I was and didn't have the life that I said that I did. Close quote. Probably. You know, here's the thing, fellas. I don't know if you know this or not, but a woman tends to know when you're lying. And, you know, we as men really haven't figured that out yet. I don't know why. I mean, it's 2024 at the time of this recording. Number 6, I lied and said that I had mommy issues. Quote, I told a girl that I had mommy issues from a distant mother and that she was the reason I liked having sex. I'm sorry, let me go back. Quote, told a girl that I had mommy issues from a distant mother and that the only reason I like having sex was so I get to cuddle afterwards and I get a lot of physical affection. Close quote. Man, you sound dumb as hell. And you know what? She's dumb as hell if she bought that because that's dumb. You like to cuddle after sex, just cuddle. I mean, if it's about that, whatever. Number 7, lied about what their parents do. One guy said, quote, I told her my dad owns Nintendo. You know, depending on when you told this lie, I mean, if you told it in 85, there was no such thing as Google, right? You know, so your word was your bond. But if you told that lie in, I don't know, 2021, I mean, that's easily Googled, my guy. Easily Googled. But I understand. It's not something I would have done, but I understand. Number 8. You ain't got to lie, but one guy lied and told a woman that he loved her just so they could jump in the sack. If we had $1 for every time this happened, we probably could balance the gross national budget. I mean, I don't know what to tell you on this. This is a common lie. The one thing I will say, though, is something that was told to me. Never tell a woman you love her unless you really love her. My dad told me that when I was like 14. He said, don't play around with that word love, man. It's a serious thing. And that's always stuck with me, man. It's just like, you can't do that. So, nah, I ain't doing that just to jump in the sack. Number 9. Again, you ain't got a lie to kick it. One guy said, I told a lie so that she'd date me. Quote, one time I told a girl who worked with me that in a drunken state that I date her. She was not happy the next day when I got sober and said differently. Work was awkward for a bit. Totally worth it though. So she had it. She had them things, huh? She had that thing, huh? Yeah, I mean, sex with a coworker is not something I would recommend. I've been told from friends that that is not cool. Um, and then you said it that you basically promised her that y'all were gonna be together, and then the next day you reneged on it. Nah, dog, can't do that. Come on. Number 10, lying about what things could be. One guy said, "quote If things were different, we'd be together." You know what, man? What's interesting about this lie? This might be a lie that goes back to like Adam and Eve. This one seems pretty common. I as much as dumb as it sounds, I could understand how and why it would be said. But you got the draws. So it is what it is. Lied about their jobs. Again, you ain't got a lot to kick it. Quote, half jokingly, I said I was an astronaut. She believed it and just went with it. Close quote. Ugh. Getting some loving based on being an astronaut? Huh. Never really thought about it. Never really even considered it. Number 12, lying about how much experience you have. Quote, lie of omission. I didn't mention that I still have my V chip engine, even though I was pretty confident she'd bail immediately if I did. No, I must have read that wrong. Let me read that again. Lie of omission. I didn't mention that I still have my V chip, even though I was pretty confident she'd bail immediately if I did. Okay, V chip. Okay. I think I said V engine. I'm sorry. V chip, meaning he was a virgin. Okay. Whew, I was about to say, man, what the hell has cars got to do with this? I'm sorry, y'all. That lost me for a second. I'm reading too fast. Yeah, I don't necessarily know that a woman wants to sleep with a man that's a virgin, unless like she's your woman. But depending on who you are, depending on what race you are, I can see that happening. Number 13, lying about your whole backstory. Quote, I used to make up a new backstory every time I visited someplace different. Not necessarily to get laid, more so to see how in depth I could go with the lie before she called me out and to prevent my awkward communication after what I wanted to only be was a one night stand. Close quote. Um, yeah, man. See, now that's just you just a real bold faced liar. Like you just again, you ain't got a lot to kick it. Pac said it. George Washington Carver said it. You ain't got Booker T. Washington said it. You ain't got a lot to kick it. Um, number 14. The amount of time since they last got action. Quote, I haven't had sex in 3 months. It was like 3 years. Okay. How can I say this? I think this lie is told more by women than it is men. Because I don't think if how can I say this delicately? I don't think that a man is going 3 months without sex. I think a woman could go 3 months, maybe 3 years without sex. I don't think a man is. Not if he can help it. I don't know that a man would be celibate that long. I just don't. Call me crazy. I have my ideas and theories. That's for a whole nother podcast. If you want to know, hit me up. We'll talk about it. But yeah, I think that's a lie that women tell. I'm surprised that dude got that off. That's crazy. Number 15. Lie about the fact that they lie. One guy said, quote, I don't lie to women to have sex. Close quote. Which is a lie. You lying. Of course you lie. We know you lie. She know you lying. Again, you ain't got a lot of kicking, but obviously he did and it worked. So I don't know. Number 16. How much they're going to give you. is something that they've lied about. One guy said, quote, "I'll only put the tip of it in," close quote. You gonna give it a helmet? Oh, that's a good lie. That's a good lie. Okay, I'll give you props for that. Number 17. Some actually don't. I said, quote, "Honestly, I haven't lied to get laid and I don't regret it at all." You lying. If you say I don't have to lie to get laid, then you're probably lying to get laid. I mean, let's just keep it a bean. Number 18. Lying about their taste in music. One guy said, "I love country music." Of course you do. Of course you do. You lied because you wanted her to you fake listening to country music just to get next to her. Come on, man. You ain't fooling nobody. And last but not least, which probably, again, these aren't ranked, but should be number 1. Lying about how attractive someone is. Quote, "I think you're beautiful." Close quote. I'm sure that one's told a lot. That one might be that's probably number 1. I'm not even gonna lie. That's probably number 1. So yeah, there you have it. Those are lies that guys tell to get in bed. In conclusion, I don't think this is news. I don't think any of these are groundbreaking lies, but I think, it's interesting to know that they're being told. Um, I think this article kind of highlights some things, but I also believe that it also allows guys to kind of pump their heads and think that these lies got them in bed. Here's the thing. I'm gonna give you a little bit of game. Shout out to Uncle Dolomite from the Too Much Game podcast. I'm gonna give you some game. A woman told me a long time ago. This is one of my homegirls. She told me this when I was in like a freshman in college. She said a woman knows long before anything if she wants to sleep with you. And she knows it. And it's really just about if you're going to say something to mess it up. And so, fellas, sometimes these lies work. Sometimes they don't. But when these lies work in your head and you think that it was a lie that got it, it really wasn't a lie, fellas. She wanted to do it anyway. You just didn't get in the way. That's going to do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for checking out this bonus edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast. The podcast drops every Thursday at midnight. From time to time, we drop bonus episodes just like this one on Sundays at midnight. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast on all podcast streaming platforms, Follow me on the socials, at 12 Kyle, at 12 Kyle podcast. If you feel like you want to hit us up with some money, hit us up on Cash App, $TWELVEKYLE. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me. I am your boy 12 Kyle. I'll catch you guys next time. 5 G's. Chill.